Alrighty, step 8, next steps for your buyer. So once you've got a fully executed agreement of sale, lead-based paint, FHA, all that fun stuff, once you're all done, it's time to email those documents over to the buyer. All right, so I have this template email here, which I'll give you if you don't have it already. Just ask me for it. Once you get to that stage, I usually send it to you. But if I forget it or if it gets lost through the cracks, just let me know. I'll send this over to you, and you can use this for your deal. So I always, again, title the emails the same thing. Executed agreement of sale, next step. So on my next deal, I can just find the last one and then resend it, copy it, and it'll be faster and it's easy for me to find it. So executed agreement of sale, next steps. Start this email, attach to it what you've got, the contract of sale, FHA, lead paint, seller concession, HOA addendum, anything that the lender or the title company are going to need. You do not need to attach to this email your compliance, like consumer information, even though it's on this one, your affiliated business, dual agency agreement, buyer's agency agreement. They don't need to be sent to the lender or to the title company. You just need to send them the fully executed contract documents. So this can be adjusted if your buyer's already got the escrow check like they did here. You can attach a copy of it here because the lender needs a copy and the title company needs a copy. So the next steps are you go under contract. Now you're telling your buyer you need to go and get your escrow deposit. That's the first thing they should be doing. That due date is on page 2 of the contract in the first couple paragraphs there. Made out to whoever it's supposed to be made out to. Usually it's the buyer's title company. Sometimes it's the listing broker. So send them those instructions. They need to go to their bank. They must go to their bank and get a cashier's check or wire the funds directly to your hometown title. For wire instructions, you're going to want to call Dina directly to have her assist your buyer with that because you're going to need a confirmation of receipt to send to the lender to make them happy. So as you can see, we also copy the loan officer here on this email and we copy the title company on here. We want to make sure we're copying the loan officer and copying the title company. They're going to get these documents. This is the first time that the lender and the title company are going to get the contract documents or know about this deal. And by getting the contract and getting this email, it will initiate on their end the process for starting the buyer's mortgage application, which they must do within 5 calendar business days. It's on the contract of receiving the contract of sale. So they must apply for their mortgage and you must order title. By sending this email and attaching the documents to this email, the lender, Frank, or whoever it is, the title, YHT, or whoever it is, they will begin the process on their end for the buyer. We also now, after we get our escrow, I usually focus, get me that escrow check because it becomes overwhelming for the buyer. So first, let's get the escrow check. Now, when we get our escrow, let's schedule our home inspection. Home inspections usually, good home inspectors, they book up quickly. So they're going to be pretty far out. They might be towards the end of your home inspection contingency period, which again, those dates, like this date here, these are in the contract. So read your contracts, put your dates on your calendar so you don't miss anything, especially if you're not using the transaction coordinator for your deal. So these are the recommended home inspectors as of today, making this video, August or September 16th. These 3 home inspectors are ones that we're still recommending and using. Always give 3 recommendations for home inspectors. Let the buyer do their research and choose. It's totally up to them. So it is their responsibility now to schedule the home inspection. And we'll talk about that in the next video. And then they're going to want to either mail their deposit to the title company or to the listing broker, wherever it is going, their escrow deposit, right? Not their down payment, their escrow deposit, just their earnest money deposit, initial deposit, whatever you'd like to call it, that $5,000, $3,000, $2,000 cashier's check that needs to be mailed or dropped off in person to wherever it's going, whether it be the title company or the lender. So if you have buyers that are far away, it's probably easier for them to go to their bank, go to the post office and mail it via certified mail, send you a picture of this receipt, right? Always CYA, and then send a copy of all of that to the lender and to the listing agent and to the title company. Or they can meet you, or they can drop it off here at our office, or they can drop it off directly to the title company or the listing broker's office. However you want to do it, however you see fit, it needs to get from the buyer to the final destination. So the last thing that I put on this email is the homeowner's insurance recommendation for Premier because they're awesome. They're through our office. generally people will default to going to a big company that spends a lot of money marketing, like Geico or Progressive or something like that. And those are typically the worst carriers to go to for your homeowner's insurance. Sometimes you'll pay more, or maybe you'll pay the same, or whatever it is, but you're getting, if there's an issue like a big roof leak, a tree falls on the house, God forbid something major happens, they're awful to deal with. So my recommendation is always to my clients not to default to your auto carrier. Now it's time to get, an adult policy, contact Premier Home and Auto or whoever they're, if they're, not a first time buyer, whoever their relationship is with now, they'll be able to just get a new policy for their new home because that's going to be required for their mortgage. You're not really involved there. The lender's going to be the one that makes sure they get their homeowner's policy. So that's it for now for this video, for these steps. The next step, step 9, is your inspections. I'll talk a little bit about what that's like, how to schedule that, how to attend those. And then we're rolling now. After you're sending this email, you're kind of good. The transaction goes from going 1,000 miles per hour to going 25. You're chilling now. You're slow. You can take an hour to respond to something rather than it needing to be in 30 seconds. So I will see you on the next video.